Hey, this is my post for week 2, or the first one anyway. I just want to say that I really enjoy learning how to utilize new technology, and I always seem to have a wish list for newer technology. Always kind of looking to see what's out and how it works and how it's better than what I have, and I kind of get a little envious when I see people that do have it. But I recently dropped my DSL for a faster cable internet from Charter Communications. I also purchased an Apple Airport Extreme router. It's awesome. I love it. It just like the box says, you plug it in and it works. It was the easiest thing I've ever set up. I don't imagine myself going back to like a Linksys or a Netgear or a D-Link or any of that stuff, because all that software is usually really buggy. It's kind of a pain, and the passwords sometimes are a pain. I could pick whatever password I wanted. It was great. I could make it a phrase. I could make it random letters. It was great. Basically, what I use for work and for school is a MacBook. It's a 2.13 gigahertz duo processor. It has 4 gigabytes of DDR2 RAM. At the time, it was the MacBook I could afford. It was when I started going back to school, kind of adding on to my undergrad, putting a kind of a second, getting a teachable major. And, it's done the job, but it's kind of getting to a point where some of the video editing stuff that I like to do, it's a little slow for that. But at the time, it was one that I could afford, and when I do get a teaching job, I'll be looking to upgrade. I use a wireless printer/scanner at home. I am never very far away from my 4th generation iPhone. In fact, I slept on the sidewalk to get one the first day they came out. So I was one of those fanatics. And actually, the first 2 didn't work. So this was my 3rd one. But they're so great about letting you return products that haven't worked correctly. My placement school, where I'm teaching at currently, the technology is changing every day, literally. Just this week, they put in a new screen and speakers in the classroom. Brand new widescreen projectors will follow, and recently they've been putting cables and wires in to hook up document cameras and stuff like that. So technology is really changing. They're also going to give each student a handheld. I've heard the word iPad tossed around, but I don't know if it's supposed to be some sort of tablet, but I don't know if the administration's using the word iPad kind of like the way we use Kleenex for any sort of tissue. And I'll let you know the tissues in our building, they're nothing like Kleenex, but more like sandpaper. One thing I wish I had was it's a bamboo pen or something similar. They make them in different price levels. Really, what I like about it is you can use digital ink. A student sends you a paper, and you can mark it up and grade it. And probably, to make sure a student doesn't change it and say that I graded it wrong, I would probably save it as some sort of PDF and put a password on it, watermark or something, so they don't change it. I mean, if a kid really knew how to, a high school kid really knew how to manipulate PDFs, they're probably smart enough to know that that's a lot more work than just doing the paper right the first time. Basically, the reason I like the bamboo pen and wish I had it, is because I don't like all the paper we use. I feel like we use way too much paper, and I feel like we use way too much paper at a college level too. I can imagine an environment where students send me their papers and their work never touches a printer. I'm a little jealous that most of the new technology at my placement school will come in after I'm finished. They're going to be doing a lot of the work at spring break, and that's the week before spring break is the end. There's a lot of new technology coming in the building, and the teachers' lounge is kind of buzzing about it, and it continues to amaze me how many educators will not even give new technology a try. They're just saying, "Oh, this is going to be terrible. This is the worst thing," and it's kind of sad because there's so many possibilities that I can open up with differentiating instruction and assessment and getting kids to participate that don't participate. Just so many good things. And to be honest with you, ditto sheets, I guess they have their place, but I've had a couple of jobs since I've graduated from college, and I don't remember really having a ditto sheet that I had to fill out. Kind of reminds me of a TPS report from Office Space. Anyway, so that's what technology I have, technology that I use, and what technology I wish I had.